Hello and welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Brazil, welcome back to Monster Sport de Recife. Since you have been away, we won in the Northeast Regional Final. We beat Confinica 2-0 in the second leg. Lucas Hernandez with a penalty, Javier Paragues getting the second. That was a 4-2 victory there to pick up our second trophy in this little bit of a pre-season. We then lost 1-0 to Juventude, a game in which we played well. We created more chances, truly got FM there, one shot on target, the penalty by Chico, the only goal of the game. We then lost 4-2 to Flamengo, Rodrigo and Thiago Lopez getting the goals, and then we drew with Internacional 0-0 again, another game where we were strong for the most part. So that means today we come back for the games against Red Bull Bragantino, which will be the full game today, and then we play America and Corinthians in the league in a highlights package. The league looks like this. We are 11th, 1 win, 2 draws, 3 defeats, plus 1 goal difference, 5 points from 11. The one good thing of this is you can get into the continental competitions by finishing anywhere in the top 13, so we're in a good place with that. I'm going to show you the team for today, and it's not going to be this, so give me a second and I'm going to work through the team and I'll come back to you once I've got it sorted. So we have sorted that, and the team is as follows. It's Salo in goal, Luciano Juba at left back, Sabino and Rafael Tahir at centre back, Ezekiel plays at right back, Hamilton sits in front of them, it's Blas Caceres and Harrison in the centre of midfield, Everton Felipe on the left, Vanegas is on the right, and Paragues plays up front. That means that Rodrigo and Kira Stanley both sit on the bench for this game. So let's get into it. First game of the episode. It is the big derby game. It's Red Bull versus Monster. Red Bull Bragantino versus Monster Sport de Recife in the league. Let's go. So after a complete cock-up by me, this will just be our highlights, and we'll show the Corinthians game in full in the last game of this episode, as Luciano Juba, infield Hamilton, Ezekiel now, looks at ball for Everton Felipe. He goes back to Ezekiel. Vanegas now, he'll look to drive towards the byline. He does get towards the byline, pulls it back, shot is blocked, higher and can clear it over halfway, but Rafael Tahir with plenty of time and space finds Hamilton, quick ball into Harrison, Caceres now. There's a man out there on the left hand side if they want to use him, they don't, goes back in field to Harrison, Hamilton once again, Caceres, all the way back to the centre back in the centre circle. Hamilton, Paragues, turns into Harrison, into Vanegas, lovely ball, and Everton Felipe gives Clayton an opportunity there to get down to his left and hang on to the ball. Rafael Tahir now collects the ball, gives it back to Hamilton, who goes back to the goalkeeper, and Sabino now can drive it forward into Everton Felipe, quick ball into Caceres, and it goes back to Juba and all the way back to centre-back Sabino. Hamilton, who once again has dropped deep, almost playing as a third centre-back here, Caceres into Hamilton, and Everton Felipe, it was Harrison, sorry, Everton Felipe, great chance, saved by the goalkeeper. Everton Felipe with the corner in, cleared away, and now Hiram can bring it forward down the right hand side. How far is he going to get here? And Luciano Juba goes through the back of him, and that will be a free kick to Red Bull Bragantino. Sander into MT, infield to Caceres, trying to drive forward in that inside left channel, looks for the ball forward, cut out, and Kelvin gives it to Martinez, fires it forward, Rafael Tahir intercepts her, into Everton Felipe, first time ball to Rodrigo, hits the shot, scores, and it will be checked for offside, but it looked to me as if he was on. It is going to count. Rodrigo with the opening goal of the game. That throw in there, Thiago Lopez heads it away, wins it back, and gives it to Ezekiel. Harrison, Thiago Lopez into Rodrigo. He looks forward, back to Thiago Lopez, into Harrison. A little 1-2 between the two, into Ezekiel. Rodrigo, into Neresi. Looks at through ball for Thiago Lopez. Great run from Thiago Lopez over the bar. And we run out 1-0 victors in a very, very tight game. We created the best opportunities. We created the only real, noteworthy opportunities. And it is a 1-0 victory in the energy drink derby. Like I said, this was meant to be the full game. It was an error on my part. We're going to come back though and show the Corinthians game in full. But before that, the America game. Second game of the episode, home game against America, who sit in 18th in the league. We're up to 9th with that 1-0 victory. Hopefully we can do the job here. Team is Salo, Hernandez, Sabino, Rafael Tahir and Uathon across the back. Watson in front of them, Caceres and Neresi in the midfield, Vanegas on the left, Everton Felipe on the right, and Rodrigo, after scoring the winner in the energy drink derby starts up front for us. Let's get into it. It's another winnable game. Hopefully we can turn things around. Back-to-back victories here will make this start to the season look a lot better than it did before this episode started. Vanagas now on the left hand side, out on the touchline, goes in field to Caceres. Lovely little 1-2. Vanagas into the box, drives into the box, and did Ayrton get a touch there? I think he did. Very hard to tell from this camera angle whether he did. It is a corner kick though. Vanagas with the outswinger and headed away, and Recife should be able to collect it. He does. Are we going to create another chance? Goes back to Uethon. No, we aren't. It's Hernandez now with the free kick. It's long, and Ayrton makes a little bit of a meal of it there, diving down to his right hand side, but collects it comfortably, and his long kick up to Fernandinho into Everaldo. Everaldo cuts in field to Valora. It's over the bar. It clipped the bar on the way through. Chance for either side. That was their first chance of the game. We have been the more dominant team here in the first 15 minutes or so, as Rodrigo now is cut out by Rochelle, but it falls to Everton Felipe. He drives towards the byline, chips it back towards the penalty spot, cleared away. Uethon heads it down to Watson. Hernandez now gets into the box, pulls it back, and oh, what? Everton Felipe scores, and we're 1-0 up, and that was strange. So the ball has gone into Hernandez. He drives past his man, squares it across. It's touched back. Ayrton misses it, and then Rodrigo just pulls it back for Felipe, who slots in at the near post. Now, did he not pick that up because it was a pass back, or did he just make the error? I don't know what to think there. That was such a bizarre goal. I've been playing tier 8 and tier 9 stuff, and I haven't seen goals like that, and oh my word, I think it's down to the goalkeeper, as Rodrigo gets the second goal of the game. It's a quick fire double, and both have come from errors from the goalkeeper Ayrton. The throw in to Ramirez, Rochelle looks back to his goalkeeper. Ayrton first time just smashes it against Rodrigo, and it loops over the goalkeeper. It's 2-0. Neresi now receives a throw in and goes in field to Watson. Caceres says Watson plays a lot higher up the pitch than what I think he does. Great ball through. Everton Felipe scores at the near post. Ray Vanagas assisting Everton Felipe to get his second of the game. It's 3-0. 3 goals in about 10 minutes. Watson, as I was saying, plays a little bit further forward than what Hamilton does. That ball into Neresi, quick passing. Rodrigo round the corner. Vanagas first time ball. Everton Felipe sets himself, and Ayrton gets a touch to it, but can't keep it out. It's 3-0. And America are not going to survive with this goalkeeper, because this 3 goals, all down to him really. Should have saved all 3 of them. Well, the second one he should never have allowed to happen. Half time, 3-0 here. Everton Felipe take this corner kick towards the far post. Kieran Stanley gets up, and it's going to be a penalty, I think. Referee's going to go to the little TV to check it. Penalty review, and I mean, I'm 99% sure it's going to get given. It is going to get given. And who is going to step up to take this? Everton Felipe, who is on a hat-trick. So we'll step up to score the penalty to get his hat-trick. 4-0, 3 for him, 16th goal of the season. Brilliant performance. He missed a couple of good opportunities in the last game before setting up the winner. This time, more clinical. 3 goals, 4-0. As we go now into the final 5 minutes of the game, we've restricted them to absolutely nothing here. As Matthew Senio puts the ball into Wellington Paulista, heads it over the bar. That's their first highlight, their first real chance of the game. Wasn't even on target. There is the full-time whistle. 4-0. Back-to-back victories, and we go into the game against Corinthians now on a little bit of form, because this is going to be one hell of a tough game. So here we go, the full match of this episode. It was meant to be Red Bull. Error means that it's now going to be Corinthians. Team is Salo, Hernandez, Wellington Tim, Rafael Tahir and Ezekiel across the back. Watson in front of them, MT and Neresi in the central midfield. Felipe on the left, Vanagas on the right, Rodrigo up front. And let's see if we can continue this little bit of run of form. This is going to be one hell of a tough game. So here we are away at Corinthians for probably what's going to be the biggest match. I'm not entirely sure. I think Corinthians are probably the biggest team still in Brazil, aren't they? Not 100% sure. Nonetheless, the game is underway. Corinthians actually down in 14th as things stand. We are in 8th. We got 11 points from 8 games as it sits now with 12 from 9. But Ceará down in 9th place. We've got 3 games in hand on us. So slightly odd. There's a couple of teams down there with 6. Actually, Corinthians have only got 6 points too. And we've started pretty well. Been slightly the better team. More shots on target. Same amount of shots had. Couldn't get my words out there. As that ball goes forward to Fagner. Paulinho looks like switch ball to Lucas Piton. Infield to Giuliano. Guedes is through, and that is a poor miss under the circumstances. One-on-one. Ball was through to him, and he thought he'd be able to just slot that beyond the goalkeeper. No such luck, and it's still 0-0 in what has been a pretty drab first half, I've got to be honest. There's been 9 shots in total, 4 on target. Only that one wide effort there was highlight worthy. And Rafael Tahir now with a bit of space gives it to Watson, who looks like he's a little bit deeper in this game, and that ball is given away. That's poor. Augusto to Paulinho into Gil. Paulinho next foot on ball to Giuliano. Giuliano inside left channel, pulls it back onto his right foot, and Vanegas intercepted but gave it away. Fagner now on the right side, pulls it across. Guedes with the shot, and that is blocked and cleared away. And that is some good defending. Our sort of forward players there weren't defending great from the front, but the defence getting in the way, making the blocks. I mean, they haven't got a 1xG, 0.97 to our 0.41. We're going to thrash the arms and say that isn't good enough. We've got some motivation out of the players as well. That is ideal. We're going to just drop a little bit of encouragement as well at the start of this second half. By no means have we been outclassed here at all. Thought Corinthians would... I thought they'd batter us, to be honest. Again, my knowledge of Brazilian football isn't that great. I didn't know how good they were nowadays. That ball over top to Augusto, he looked offside. The referee is going to check it. The flag stayed down. And it was a nice finish. Beat the goalkeeper at the far post. Is it going to count? No, it's not. I did say when that ball went in, he did look like he was a yard or so offside. Let's have a look. Yeah, comfortably offside there. Very good line held by the back four. And it's still 0-0. There's half an hour to play. And we're going to sort of look at the first bunch of substitutions. Some poor performances. Rafael Tahir's having a bad game. We're going to bring Fabio Alamo on for him. Rodrigo isn't playing well either. So Javier Paraguez is going to come on for him. And we're going to bring Harrison on in the centre midfield for Pedro Neresi. Like I say, Harrison's one of those, along with Hamilton, that I'm very, very impressed with so far this season. As there's 15 minutes to go now. And let's say there's nothing really happened. I mean, the stats look like they've absolutely dominated us, but no, there's a highlight now with about 6 minutes to go. It goes back to Ivan, into Robson Bamboo, Bruno Melo now, over halfway, cuts infield to Willian, Guillermo. Willian now looks for that switch ball, and Wagner's going to get there first. Can he get the ball in? Does get the ball in. Ezekiel heads it away. Vanegas takes it down. He gives it back to Ezekiel. Alamo can bring it forward. Vanegas, we're under a little bit of pressure now. We can't get the ball out sort of the first third of the half. Guedes dispossesses. Guedes through, 1-on-1, scores. His 9th goal of the season for the number 9. And that is so disappointing that we've conceded the goal in that manner. Guedes dispossessed Alamo. He just hung on to it far too long. Didn't know what to do with it. And the substitute has given away the goal. And it's a good finish from about 8 yards. And it looks as if we might not get anything, and this little bit of unbeaten run that we've had is going to come to an end at the hands of Corinthians here. As that ball through, Everton Felipe, that first real chance of the game, he pulls it back to MT, gets across and Gilt smashes it away. Ezekiel heads it down. Vanegas now back to goal, gives it to Watson, looks at switch ball. Paulinho heads it away. Wellington Tim will get there first. Into Hernandez, back to Wellington Tim. Goes in field to MT, Watson, Hernandez, quick passing, Paraguay from distance, hits the woodwork, and Fabio Santos knocks it back to the goalkeeper, and it's still 1-0. And now MT, we're coming on strong here in the final minutes. Watson looks at ball, cut out by Fagner. Willian now, into Giuliano, into Augusto, turns, through for Guedes, 1-on-1, great chance to seal it, good finish, and they have got a striker that is going to score goals for them. Roger Guedes gets his 2nd of the game, 2-0. Great counter-attack there from Corinthians. And we don't really want to see that again. It is going to... Are we going to concede it? This ball in, Gil heads over. I was going to say, for all the shots that they've had, in terms of highlights, this isn't a 3-0 game, as Wagner now puts the corner in. Alamo flicks it on. I thought that was our Alamo. And Paraguay now can run away with it. He's got 3 men back to protect the goal. Goes in field to MT. Lovely little 1-2. Can Paraguay get the ball in? He tries. It's blocked, and Augusto now can give it into Paulinho. Infield to Gil. Willian now back to Gil, and it goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. And we're not really putting under as much pressure as I'd like to. Willian, Gil, and I'm pretty sure they're going to see out the last 40 seconds. So ball over the top. Guedes in behind once again. Hat trick for Roger Guedes. Is that one going to count? It's going to be checked by VAR yet again. If this counts, Roger Guedes has got a second half hat trick. It is awarded 3-0. And it's just a ball over the top, splits the defence. And Roger Guedes runs through and beats the goalkeeper to his near post. 3-0. I don't think this has been a 3-0 game. For the fact they've had 20 shots, they hadn't done a lot up until the 85th minute. 3 quick goals have killed us off. And we're going to see the league table, and we're going to look when we're going to come back for the next episode. So after that, we sit in 8th, 11 points from 9 games. Corinthians move up to 10 from 6 after that victory. Not a bad episode, all things considered. The victory against Red Bull Bragantino 1-0, 4-0 over America in the last game, and then that 3-0 defeat, 85th, 87th and 94th minute. Very disappointing. So we're going to play the Santos and Palmeiras and Santos second leg off camera. We're probably going to come back for... Where do we come back for? I think we are going to do the... Very aware of trying not to do teams that we've done before. So the Bahia, Mineiro and Santos games we've done earlier on in the episode. So I think we're going to come back for... the Fortaleza and Fluminense game at the sort of mid to end of June. If you've enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed what we're doing with this series, please leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time where we come back for the games against Fortaleza and Fluminense in the league, where hopefully we can be comfortably in the top half.